Hey everyone, good day. This is Stuart, Victor Echo 9, Charlie Foxtrot, and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're at the home QTH, and we got this email. What does this email have to say? Well, find out after this. So hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Stuart, Victor Echo 9, Charlie Foxtrot here at the home QTH in St. Antoine. You know, the other day I was out at one of the local parks here. I wasn't even doing POTA. Well, I was. Technically I was, but I wasn't calling CQ POTA. I was calling CQDX, CQ20, and I was operating on 14221. And I had a normal rhythm of stations calling me, some local US ones, some DX stations. And I was working the pileup as per normal. Remember, I'm on 14221, which to my understanding is outside the general class US. I don't know the frequency limitations or bandwidth restrictions that many of the US amateurs have. I'm a Canadian guy. I don't know these things. And it's not my responsibility to know where people should operate. Anyway, so I kept working the stations. And then I got home and I got an email, this one here, from some so-called amateur radio watch. I looked at it and said, you worked some station outside of the general class, and you know, blah 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 blah. And he said POTA is a U.S. organization, which I don't disagree with. POTA is a U.S. organization, and you should know who's working where. Well, first off, I don't know. I don't have a database of who can work where. I mean, so this vigilante, I call him the ham radio vigilante. I think I know who it is. I got a pretty good idea who it is. Thanks to all those people that tipped me off, by the way. So he started going on and on about POTA, but here I am. I'm thinking, I'm working CQ20 and working CQDX. I'm not even doing anything POTA, although I'm spotted on the POTA page and the Worldwide Flora and Fauna. But this vigilante took it upon himself to try to correct me. So I played along with him a bit, kind of spurred him along a little bit and said, hey, you know, I'm a Canadian. It's not my responsibility to know where American amateurs should operate, which is 100% correct, by the way. But he says, oh, it's all of our responsibility. Your responsibility, my responsibility. This guy's obviously one of those sad hams that I talked about in one of my other videos, and taken upon himself to play the ham radio cop. You know, this hobby is supposed to be fun and excitement and bring joy to people. And some days, it's painful, the QRM and these amateur radio vigilantes. So I played along with this guy, and he said, I'm going to report you to RAC for inviting general class amateurs to engage with you outside of the frequency allocations. So I sent it to RAC and I said, hey, you know, do you know this guy? And they just laughed and basically said, just delete it, which I should have done originally instead of urging him on. But you know what? If you're one of these ham radio vigilantes, stop it. It's not your responsibility to police the bands. You know, if you don't like POTA, just spin the dial and go somewhere else. Don't throw carriers and don't interfere with people, and don't play vigilante on the bands. So the amateur radio watch, take a hike. You're not worth any more time on this video. But I do want to alert all you amateurs out there, especially you general class people, that there is a guy out there watching for you to screw up. And when you do, he'll jump on it. Text you, send you nasty emails, and all that stuff. So just be careful what you're doing there, and you'll avoid getting harassed by the amateur radio watch guy. I'm Stuart, Victor Echo 9, Charlie Foxtrot 73s. We'll see you guys in a future video. I don't like making videos like this, but sometimes you have to let you guys know what's going on the bands. Talk to y'all later. See you. I'll be out doing some portable ham radio once again real soon.